See if I see where I go on. I can't move the camera to the cars. You know it got ready. Alright. So even though we're there on the bar, even though we're around the bar today, we're gonna have some soup. Cause you know saying a true yard man style. On a Saturday, you have to cook your soup. You understand? So today we do some wife the manish still. We do some manish water, you see me? Mm-hmm. Pepper sting. I know you have some crackers side that. Well, well, ooh. So today's episode, I'm not trying to talk with food in my mouth, but you know vlogging thing already. When they are hungry, kids them finally gonna sleep, finally gonna get a minute to shoot. And viewers and subscribers, you know the thing already. Done Bigs One Bigs again with another episode of the podcast. And you know, so if I start the podcast, every other podcast last. Now, there's a lot of things that are happening in the space, and you know, this morning my energy kind of low. I'm bridging short, man. Say yo, dog. You know, say yo. There's a youth who me text with more time and anything, the back and forth and think. You know, we have a chat group, the man thing, and I'm say yo, Dan Bigs, you know, say yo, bro. I lose my mother 2 weeks ago, and I say yo, brother. Just, you know what I mean? I don't know what me would have done. You know, I don't know what I would have done. But you know, I just make him know say, oh, you know, there's always comfort in communicating with people who are genuinely compassionate. You know what I mean? So I genuinely feel it for him, you know what I mean? So my mood kinda low, you know what I mean? But we still have a shoot same way this morning and we still have a you know, keep it going because, you know, we have to really check on each other. You know what I mean? A lot of times people go through them life and I go through struggles and everybody have them one cross to bear, you know? And so therefore, you know, I just want to take some time for us make the eyes them know say, you know, I appreciate one thing and I appreciate the genuine people them, you know. People who not try to skew your narrative, people who actually, you know, you can and support you. You know what I mean? Alright, so that being said, this week I want to talk about a lot of things. First panelist is the whole Lisa Hype thing. You know what I mean? Lisa Hype and Kartel and the whole aspect of Lisa Hype having a not mental breakdown, but she's not 100%. You know what I mean? She's still 100% functional, but there's blurred lines as it relates to um, not moral compass, but the social compass. You know what I mean? So therefore, the social construct and how she deals with things, you can see that she's acting on emotion, and therefore, when your emotion is now overthrowing your logic, we see that there's a breakdown in the demeanor. You know what I mean? And so therefore, I just would like to extend some I have a soft spot for them thing, for mental illness and them thing. Who know. You know what I mean? Depression and them thing that work to people. You know what I mean? And oftentimes we don't really look on that in a you know, not even dancer, but in the Caribbean, in the Jamaican culture, in the Caribbean culture, we don't look on mental illness as a big thing. But it is because it affects a lot of people. A lot of people are on medication currently just for stay in functioning at their jobs. You know what I mean? Life in itself is stressful, you know. You know what I mean? And people who experience mental illness in that process, they have no control over their actions, their emotions, their thoughts. You know what I mean? And so therefore there's a stigma attached to it as well. And so therefore they have to deal with the social, how people are gonna look at them, and they have to deal with their own personal issues. You know what I mean? So it's a double whammy that they're getting. So we just want to send some understanding to Lisa. You know what I mean? And I see people in our comments that say, oh, you're not taking medication and you're not saying that. People are so insensitive to people and their real lives. People out there live them life, provide for the kids, putting a roof over them head, putting food in them belly, and yet still people still have shit to say. Yeah, so this week's episode is, you know, I have to touch that because Lisa Hype is it hit home close. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright. The other thing I want to talk about is guys, I don't understand. It's like people are beat Shanstorm, people are beat Lisa, people are beat Shanstorm to carry him get. It's a foot type I beat him and I say, yo, Ray, and look a full bima and Ray. Foota, how much people you buy a bima? Look how much things Kartel have to deal with. And Sean Stam maybe is just not that flamboyant when it comes down to cars. Maybe him just okay with that. So if Sean Stam, who got the car, now complain, why is it that people should still go out there to try and make it an issue? But as I show you, obviously, as a collective, you know what I mean? And so therefore, it speaks to the narrative of, does these vloggers actually know what they're doing? Does them vlogger like, when they actually know one another, bro? When I try to damage other people's career, when I spin a narrative out there on people, which is not right. Sean Stam is okay with it, but when get to how you have a problem with it. Sean Stam, alright. Carg have a problem with him, Bima. Foot have a problem with him, Bima. Bro, no, buy nobody nothing. Me not gonna, but me just I say, yo, allow people to live their life, you know what I mean? Yeah, the other thing I want to talk about is this whole situation with Beenie Man and Kartel as well. I'm gonna sit with you. Beenie Man and Kartel, you know, it's like people forget to your Beenie Man is the works of Beenie Man because Kartel come out, people actually forget it. And it goes back to understanding how vlogging affects dancehall, how social media affects dancehall and the trajectory of these artists. Beenie Man did one of the biggest interviews on Drink Champs. You understand what I say? And in the interview, people dissect to find the one bad way I'm say about doubles. And remember now, Drink Champs is a platform where you're actually drinking, so you're not sober when you're talking. 100%. That's the whole point of Drink Champs. To drink and loosen up yourself, so you those settings. Now, Beenie Man in a more sober state would not have made that comparison about giving the Trinidad and doubles to the dogs and whatever. But to the truth, like certain things, if my dog not eat it, me not eat it. You know what I mean? It's not good for you. You know? And so therefore, what I'm saying is that vloggers need to be careful in how they deport themselves, what they say on the media. It's very important. It's damning to a lot of artists' career. You know what I mean? See, Beenie Man under unnecessary pressure now, saying data now, these ravers are come out and say, oh, you know, this, you know, that, and come on. If you, well, allegedly what I hear is that she's paying $100,000 rent. Now, at your age now, Disha, I'm sure you're over 18, you should not be worried about your father and his finances. I'm just saying that mother or father have blessed the child that have his own. At your age, you should not be worried about your father and his finances. Although, and let me play devil's advocate, I've never heard anyone say that Beenie Man was a good father. Me never hear nobody say Beenie Man was a good father, and maybe he is not. But at the end of the day, I am not here to critique his fatherhood. I'm not here to critique his social life and emotional life or his relationship life. I'm just here to talk about his music. You know what I mean? And the effort that and the strides he's made and opening the international doors for these reggae artists and dancehall artists as well that follow. You know? So I feel like said the vlogger they need to have like a bit more responsibility. You know, and there's a lot going on in the culture and in the country. You know, you see that also people are being blindsided. It's like we forget that the Jamaican culture is rich. Let me make an example. Remember, I used to tell us Masicka King of Dancehall. The man them cussed me out last year and said, hey, blah, blah, hey. And man them cussed. When we used to the Panje area, the people cussed me and say, yo, dog, push that, hey. Okay, cool. Now Masicka has proven to be the current king of the dancehall. Whites is a phenomenal song and it has taken over the whole stratosphere, the whole dancehall scene. Now, Whites, for me, French Montana on the track is a good look, and the remix is a good look. I would have preferred a French Montana, Burna Boy, Masicka. That would have given it a more international appeal. Even though French Montana is a big artist still, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying that one would I like to see. Nothing wrong with the remix. The remix even bad. Like the remix sick. Because I've heard it. You know it already. Dan Biggs have the inside scoop, you know what I mean? One side to my bone white. But in order for Masicka career to move further than where it is, I think adding a Burna Boy would have done a lot too. You know what I mean? Just saying. A Burna Boy or a little touch of Pharrell on a beat. You know what I mean? Something like that to get a little bit extra buzz. Another thing I want to touch really quick is let's look at clashes in dancehall. You see where Dev Bright shoot off a Kartel constantly. And this is why I'm used to, even when we used to dip on certain platform, I tell them, say, yo, clashing is not necessarily in dancehall. You don't have to clash to be the dominant artist. Masicka not clash nobody. Kartel not clash nobody. Bro, you should never throw stones. Man, I'm throw a stone off a spaceship, brother. It don't make sense. Kartel not look pound, Masicka not look pound. Just live on a life, bro. Doing the music, brother. I understand never that because bitterness, when you're friends with someone and then you see they elevate and you know that their ascension was garnered or propelled or catapulted or had a catalyst. Your energy was the catalyst to Kartel. We understand that. We know that never that. But Kartel now look upon you right now because of the situation where you put yourself in. And you have to understand that. Maybe maybe if it's another case, maybe if it was a murder charge or a drug charge, it would have definitely powered you back and thing. But certain things you have to disassociate yourself from as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, and sometimes moving forward does mean that. So therefore, what I feel like say is that it's not that Deborah Brat not talented. Deborah Brat is very talented. You know what I mean? But Kartel is not going to ever answer, because guess what? He's going to have a lot to lose. Because he knows lyrically you're bad too. You understand what I say? I remember crucial conflict from then time until now. Portmore and them things. So I know the music and the whole thing, man. You know? But I also say Cargo shoot off for one to Cargo shoot off for everybody. Yo, let me tell you something. One thing I can appreciate with Cargo, he's an honest person. He has no filter, but that no filter attitude gives him respect and credibility. Cargo Cargo have an issue with everything and everybody at times. But that is Cargo for you. Him say a very good thing. Him say, you have A class artists. You have A class, B class, C class artists. A class artists, your Bunty, your Beenie, your Sizzler, your Capleton, those are your A class artists. Then your B class artists and the Popcorn them and the Masicka in that A class. Then you have your B class artists, which is when him say busy signal, I do on your really blah blah. And then C class artists where I say him and Acting them and them man in the C class. So I agree with the classification thoroughly, but I understand what he's getting at.